I never imagined one ordinary evening could overturn my entire life. What began as a simple family dinner and a casual movie night with my stepson slowly unraveled into something I never expected. There was a restlessness in him that unsettled me. And without realizing it, I carried that same unease within myself. In one chillingly quiet moment, I understood that some boundaries once crossed can never be mended. Welcome to Family Secrets Exposed. If this is your first time here, please subscribe and hit like. Your support helps us continue sharing real stories like this. Now, let me tell you mine. My name is Eleanor. That summer, the house felt less like a home and more like a waiting room. George was always away for work. Endless business trips, late-night calls from hotel rooms, the same worn-out excuses. Our marriage had withered into a routine of logistics. The nights were long, and silence became my only companion. Then Liam arrived. He wasn't a stranger. He was George's son from his first marriage. At 21, he was restless, polite, and still trying to figure out where life would take him. He stayed with us for a few weeks while preparing for college and looking for jobs. At first, we were nothing more than neighbors sharing the same roof, late-night snacks in the kitchen, light-hearted laughs over old films, and early morning jogs. Nothing about it felt dangerous. Not until it did. One evening, George called to say he'd be gone longer than expected. I was on the couch with a glass of wine when Liam came downstairs, dressed in sweats, his hair still damp from the shower. He sat across from me, quieter than usual, and there was something new in his eyes, an intensity that hadn't been there before. "You look lonely," he said softly. I gave a small laugh and brushed it off, telling him I was just tired. But he didn't look away. He noticed things. My music, the novels stacked on the shelves, the perfume I wore. What once felt like harmless attention had sharpened into something heavier, something I didn't want to name. Then he spoke the words that should never have been spoken. "I don't think George deserves you." My heart stopped. I told him to stop. A part of me desperately wanted him to, but another part, the part that had been starved for affection for so many years, answered with silence. That night, we talked until dawn. And as the hours passed, words gave way to something far more dangerous. Confessions spilt into the night. He spoke about never feeling like he belonged. About the weight of comparisons and expectations he could never live up to. I spoke about loneliness, about the ache of missing the man I once thought I had married. With each word, the walls we'd built around ourselves began to crumble. When he reached for my hand, I didn't pull away. When he whispered my name, my resolve trembled. And when his lips touched mine, I didn't stop him. It was wrong. Every instinct screamed that it was. But in that fragile, burning moment, nothing else seemed to matter. Morning brought a cruel clarity. Guilt pressed against me like a storm cloud, filling the rooms where warmth had lingered only hours before. I tried to convince myself it had been a single lapse, a mistake I could bury. I tried to put distance between us, but Liam wouldn't let that distance stay. In the kitchen, his hand brushed mine. He slipped small notes into my palm when no one was watching. His eyes followed me with a hunger that scared me because it mirrored the same hunger inside myself. "Don't you feel alive with me?" he asked one night, almost pleading. And I had to admit I did. Not the steady, predictable love I had once vowed to, but something raw, something that made me feel seen again after years of invisibility. It wasn't love in the way I had always defined it. It was a dangerous need, a reckless rescue from emptiness. Looking back now, I see how every stolen glance and every whispered confession was another thread unraveling the life I thought was secure. Secrets never stay hidden. Each compromise, each carefully rationalized choice, was laying the groundwork for consequences I knew I couldn't escape forever. Maybe one day the truth will spill out. Maybe I'll have to answer for the betrayal, the pain, and the destruction it will cause. For now, the weight of that night lingers inside me. A memory that changed everything and can never be erased. He wanted more. So did I. And in those hours, for reasons I still struggled to name, nothing else mattered.